But that's a lovely opening red from Trump, and that's, I think, triumph last week for his second English Open title. It had been 19 months since he won a ranking event. Of course,
a new cloth going on 50. After the quarterfinals contributed to that.
Really, 5-1. But Carter came through from 2-all at the interval after feeling great coming into this final.
39. That's 46.
For my money, Trump could be a frame winner.
Yeah, quite telling as well the way he played it. Not just that he went for it, but he played out a sign of his confidence rather than the safety aspect. Very close. However, you do feel if one player was going to potentially run away with it, I think you think it's more likely. You will have to work hard for those chances.
Insofar as you've got to earn everything you get on the table, nothing's going to be given to you. Solid all-round performer.
21.
And it's been scored with Aaron Hill. The acknowledgement that this frame is done, barring keep Carter in his chair for the rest of this frame. And it's been a very positive start. Got in with the long red, and at his second scoring visit has finished the job.
Both players proven winners. Going to be relishing. It will be just a case of the long day.
He was wowing the crowd yesterday. Penultimate frame of the match. He was.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I would say, with the exception of Sullivan, of course, probably the most popular player. Really a sense of anticipation when the frame is won. You feel he will play some amazing.
72.
Quite enough there to add to his season tally of 30 centuries already. But what a start from Judd Trump. A break of 72 after. Well, he started.
Chances he's got to maximise. It's a fine line between being positive throughout the day. Doesn't want to be seen to take a backward step against.
Judd Trump beat Carter for the World Grand Prix. Carter coming from 3 down with 4 to play to win it. So.
And I'm potting it. Best is his temperament. Probably been his Achilles heel too many times over the
one. And it goes though.
The last year or so back working with Chris Henry, and that's certainly something they've been working on.
And that was his most recent ranking triumph before he lifted the trophy. And this has been some break. The initial red to get in, and then precisely the response, Carter.
It's set up beautifully, this final. Hope. On a kind of match you'd be able to fudge your way over the line. You're going to have to play very well. Maximise any chance you get.
This week. And more of the same.
It's been noticeable as well this week. Hasn't been any mention at all about the semi-finals. It was in Shanghai. Usually that time of year camp. And certainly in the break building.
Terrific stuff. Century number 4 of the week for Carter. He's missed the yellow, but it doesn't matter. The damage well and truly done. What a break that was. Brilliant, shaping up to be something special.
One. 15. 23.
He said yesterday after his win. He's got the Champion of Champions to look forward to. Mentioned the Players Series events.
And played it very well.
Against Carter, but the captain was able. Last season's player of the season, Mark Allen, 5. Oh, but that red has gone astray. Out of the blue, really. He was going so well.
Yeah, but just been talking about his temperament. Very hard to forget.
A big let-off for Carter.
Yeah, it was so much more difficult playing that shot. Yeah, the brown's actually slightly in the.
Yeah, pink first. They go. Yeah, it's very, very.
And I said if he missed it, he was always going to walk himself into trouble with the red and yellow.
A dramatic on a break. 2011, he won the China.
They didn't totally commit to position during the day. Whoever wins these frames.
To now kill it off. The red. And both players there's plenty of time for all sorts of the early exchanges. Judd Trump will tell you, having come back from the brink of defeat in both to go in this one. How about that for a pot? Hugged the rail. All
Sullivan. They got a 4 in the frame.
Ali Carter concedes the frame, and Judd Trump has had the better of the...
Again, obviously,
Great chance for Trump to now kill it off.
1.
Made a half century and missed the red. And both players... ...19 frames, that there's plenty of time for all sorts. Just the early exchanges, Judd Trump will tell you. Having come back from the brink of defeat in both the... A long way to go in this one. How about that for a pot? Hugged the rail.
Ali got a 4 in the frame.
Ali Carter concedes the frame, and Judd Trump has had the better on his way to the final. 6-5.
cushion got a little bit of cover behind the green. Anything short there would have left Judd that long red.
Remember, he was 3 down with 4 to play against Stuart Bingham this week, and the chance to get back in straight after the interval. Oh, but he's missed.
Not for a second you want to be...
Great pot. This is a big shot. Excellent.
There. Assess the table. Yeah, fair play.
Just confessed a foul on him.
Take it for granted in snooker, but it's still not that common in other sports. He had created. More likely to find a groove. Prolific winner. You feel as the final goes on, start missing regularly and come back to Ali. Ali's going to have to play.
Has been a test of Carter's patience so far this final. First miss in the 4th frame before the interval, which allowed Trump in for a 3-1 lead, and then only to then inadvertently touch a red under his body as he was queuing for that pink.
As a result, just settled perfect on the black. Requires it to be a little bit more accurate.
Foul and a miss. Ali got a 4.
Overcompensated there with the swerve.
But it would be a real shot in the arm if he could win this frame, given the circumstances.
Helped. Yeah, wanted to get right behind that red off the side cushion.
Just a red in the colour. Well, Trump's not playing his aid to this left corner. He was looking good for 2-1. And obviously, early in this frame, when he was playing the pink, after getting in with a couple of outstanding pots. And eventually...
16.
Position yesterday, he cleared the colours without moving his feet. Yeah, he is all right.
Another eventful frame, but another frame that has gone. A real test of patience at the moment, this final for Ali Carter. Judd Trump hasn't pulled up any trees after dominating the opening frame, but he's only dropped 6 in the tournament since he arrived here in Wuhan.
Ideally, he'd like to get it close to 5-4 either way, but he mightn't have that opportunity. And on the other side, there's every chance. And probably easiest way to improve for all players. If you could. Heart, character on and off the table. Again, he's not going to be giving in at all here. Pull out another great pot. It's hard to keep potting those difficult ones.
Oh, hang on. And a little kiss off the yellow, well, maybe. And to build a commanding lead, perhaps an unassailable one.
Yeah, excellent pot there. Safety in it.
For Carter at the moment. The fluke not proving to be very significant.
Got seduced into trying to get onto the brown as well.
Isn't really firing himself at the moment in this match. But at the moment, he's in charge of it.
Bottom of the 3 would go into the other pocket.
Seventeen.
Won the first. Last season he won his second German Masters title. Grapple with down the years the Crohn's disease, which he still has to manage. A couple of bouts of cancer. He's shown. Carter gets his second frame in the nick of time, really, when he left staring at a possible fight.
Starting here is
Triple Crown events that just legitimise it even more. It's obviously been very close. Still has plenty of time.
Judd Trump breaks off in frame 7. His lead shaved to 2 frames. Advantage.
Ali decided to play safety there. He was just afraid of going for the red to the left corner, because if he missed it, he would have. That he'd pot it.
Back this week to Wu Yiza. Final frame.
And the table has returned. Sign of his growing confidence. Feeling a little bit more comfortable.
One or two of the frames so far in the final after a very good start have been a bit scrappy and error-strewn, but that's all part of the package when
right way.
it's already a very healthy lead, given the quickly things can turn around when you think that Trump had the opportunity for 5-1. Mr.
Side cushion. Again, just needs this red. Doesn't have to.
In. Being rewarded. And Judd Trump concedes. So back-to-back frame. Hadn't entirely convinced with his level of play, and now just one in front, but
He plays it slowly.
he's overdone it.
Yeah, turned it too much. You can actually see.
Date.
Including the re-rack. That's now 4 times it will result in losing a frame.
Where's the red? Where's the red? It's just about...
A re-racking. He went down, took the time, he's seen the...
He should have a bigger lead. Even though he's not played, anyone gets underway this evening. So the deadlock broken. Going in the way of a break.
Come in and out of balk. Played that very well, was the row.
From 4-1 up with Carter.
Probably on the black. Into play. Of course, if he was to land just behind the pair of them, then you're guaranteed a snooker. Good hard. Try to play it in such a way that he'd prevent leaving a free ball.
Emerging from this session with a lead, which seemed highly unlikely when he tried.
Has to be a little bit careful because you could easily snooker yourself. Again, play.
While Carter had a major position off this yellow. He can. Exhibitional snooker. Since he made the century in frame 2, things started to go wrong when he missed the red in frame 3. But Carter is battling his way right back into the match. A very long... What we do have is a very tight right back in the balance. Ali Carter has won 3.
In this match he trailed 4-1, but he dug in. And just won a few scrappy frames. Judd Trump in the last 4 frames, his highest break was only 30. And Carter didn't make a half century himself in that time, but...
As we saw last week on here in Wuhan. And they were Trump led. So tonight is the last session of the whole week, and even the tired player, which Judd Trump. I think it's safe to say that Ali Carter's battling qualities, I mentioned it a lot, but I think he needed to. Great competitor that he is. Can of course.
Yeah.
I suppose it was a big shot that he played, but I think it was more difficult.
Tonight we'll go up to number 8. Trump, if he were to win, would go from 4 to 3. And it would...
There was some suggestion he wouldn't come. I mean, in his interview afterwards when he came up, I think the tournament's been a success. I mean, the good crowds, terrific venue. Big success for me.
I agree.
I suppose being 5-4 down compared to what happened. Just that the man he's playing can be a tough nut to crack here. But he can't.
Zhang had never won a tournament. It was his first final, so you could understand if some pressure came on. Carter was 5 rankings. It got very scrappy towards the end of the first session, not his sort of snooker. Literally the next week in another part of the world.
35.
And Mark Williams, 2002, he won the...
Briefly.
42.
Yeah. I think the shot that Ali took on, the red by the...
Studying here in the
57.
Nice. Still.
65.
Well, he's nicely on the nose, of course, more fluent than some of the latter frames this morning.
73.
He'd look in mind it's mid-October.
Straight as he would hope. Hasn't stopped him though. Very nice.
81.
Chance to regather thoughts and
85.
get on with the preparations for this final session.
91.
And if Judd Trump makes a century here, it will be the 100th. And for him, an
98.
important one, because that difficult pot on the red to left corner, Trump has stepped in.
It's been a terrific break. Very fluent. Not much has made him overthink shots to break this.
Wonderful. That's got the crowd going. It's got Judd Trump going again. And it's levelled the match. The 100th century of the Wuhan Open this year. 5 each. Judd Trump has made 116 in the opening frame of the evening. That's his 31st century already this season. He made 45 the whole of last season. That's plenty. Of the Williams dynasty will be ones to watch out for. I know he's very enthusiastic. He's got himself a trophy.
Quite unlucky to leave one here from that situation. He's rolling into the bunch most of the time. He played that.
9.
Fourth ranking final, which again equals Mark Williams, just one off Steve Davis actually. So the big numbers really come back to life this season. Of course, he got to the European Masters final as well, where Barry Hawkins beat him.
15.
He's definitely the form player currently, and
Shows what confidence can do, doesn't it? He was a bit low on it last season, but it's all come flooding back.
22.
No, that always looked a little wide. And that's an unfortunate.
play onto the blue to open the reds. And a couple of reds, as you can see, that might be possible. Problem is, well, that can happen as well, and that's a common occurrence.
1. 8.
Knocking that red in the way that he did, unluckily, cost him the frame.
To it, but he's got every right to be pig sick. What happened there?
14.
And it looks to me like he is on it. He's moved another red out, so this is very promising with this frame of losing 4 in a row at the end of this afternoon.
$29.
Yeah, he's done what he had to do, which is looking for. He was just 21, and then went to the Crucible, got all the way to the final of the World Championship. That's really when he announced himself as a.
45.
Judd missed that pretty straightforward pink earlier in the frame, which is a distant memory now. I think of the two, the underlying memory is the pink that Judd missed. It's meaningless now, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. You can forget about that because he did.
Six.
Great crowds. Now this is the battle for the title, and Ali Carter's got to dig in. Try not to leave any sort of chance. It's a terrific pot. You could see him sizing himself up for it, and he's knocked it in. It's in a couple. Snooker fans would have could make the case involved in all three of those tournaments.
Lucky with position if he plays it well. Well, he didn't play it well, quite honestly, and that isn't bad luck to going off. It was just a... Wow, what a shot. What a shot. I think Ali was quite satisfied with the shot he'd played.
It could all have been different, couldn't it, if John Higgins had got on that.
I think it just reminded him and everyone else what he's capable of. Sort of devastating bursts of... Some shot it'll be. I can't believe that shot was on. It looked... You'd almost have to...
So it's some sort of respite for Ali Carter. Nicely done though, so he's in with a chance.
Up against it in the whole of these 3.5 frames.
Yes, a couple of awkward reds.
No.
But you need at least one of them. But nice to get the chance, because he would have had visions of 8-5 watching.
$17.
You'll need just one more red and without a colour to follow it. That makes a difference if you can... I'm surprised if he made that decision.
So it's been Judd Trump's mini session, but there's still...
To think that he could top the cue ball through the bunch. The reds were wide apart. wonder if he could have cued down on it and played something blue or pink down into one of the...
Yeah, nicely done. Well, Ali Carter had to produce something. Quite a bit went against him, but he's kept positive. So this final here. First three of them went to Judd Trump. He was in this fourth one as well. But Ali Carter got the chance. Yeah, and there's always the chance that the running will turn around at the right time, which I guess would be this part of the match for Carter. Shane Welly, the referee, was a slight adjustment needed. Not too much, though. Not too much.
I think his shirt sleeve just brushed a red. Nothing moved. Of course, players do call fouls themselves, but all credit to him because he... Very good. Wow. He hit that so well and with such control.
I'm sure his parents are watching. He had for it. Got the bug from his dad, Steve, who was a big fan. Still is, of course.
I wouldn't go as far to say it's a great chance just yet, but again,
11.
he might think about nudging into... I think he's going to run it through at this stage.
Yeah. But he's keeping potting them.
I know, it's quite a struggle, isn't it, becoming? I'm not sure. Those all good things have to come to an end.
27.
Well, it wasn't. So good at those, Judd Trump. I mean, they're not hanging over the pocket, those Reds. And the distance between cue and object ball is...
They're 5.
Yeah, having to be patient in this frame.
Oh, a pretty nasty shot to have to play right over the top of the green like that.
Could have been away there.
More than happy with it. Context of that frame, that will be a sizable break.
Yes, I'll graph this, obviously. Well, that's changed things. That's a mistake from Trump.
Yeah, the pink out equation a little. So I wonder if here he might just think of nudging it. Well, don't think he played it anyway, he didn't get it. And here we are again with a position of... himself. Well, meant to have been potted. I don't think he... Good effort.
Most important, this one has been very scrappy, but it feels huge right now.
10.
Well, now, a chance for...
Immediately your thoughts are on the last red, and the way Judd is, he's got enough cue power. If it is quite straight, he could...
Eight.
A good shot.
So he needs yellow, green and brown.
16.
Different sort of frame to the other ones.
19. 23.
Cat's the same, but sometimes it's the manner in which you win them, and he's really had to dig in here, relying. Ultimately, he potted a good pink as well to get on the yellow. And he's just 2 frames now from the title. Longest frame of the evening so far to the world. That is some achievement if he pulls it off. And again, and I mentioned him last week, his brother Jack.
Foul and a miss.
Never looked likely to red on as well.
1.
It's not insignificant.
Eight. Ali got 8.
No.
One.
Yeah, well, he's because we tied up by the red to the left of it. So he played on the pink, but not quite this angle. It's all.
Eight.
Don't think the pink was into a full pocket there with the black just to the edge.
16. Three. $31. One.
It's a very handy lead in, and this would propel him to within a frame if he could.
4.
Well, the intent was clear there, but he was unable to piece his stuff in this frame.
The chow. 8.
Played another good shot though. You're right. You know, he's had to.
One. Five.
Somehow get these reds in play. Oh, can he?
Wow. That
To 8-7.
13.
Very clean pot from Ali Carter. Gone off the radar a little bit, but of course that German Masters victory changed everything.
16.
Fighting hard here in the...
He's just got to watch himself here with the positioning of the well, that's one way. He's gone into the yellow, into the green pocket. Maybe
33.
it's a missable shot.
Ali Carter.
I don't think it ever.
Three.
And the cue ball's travelling.
Seven.
Seemingly a very significant frame, this one.
Yes, just the pink. Judd Trump has made the little clearance. A huge frame to win in this Wuhan Open final. It gets...
Oh dear, it's very much an unforced error, because he's more adept usually at taking frames like that. He's full of confidence and he feels that he can win frames in multiple ways, I think, right now. And can he just step up and get the match won in style? If it continued along those lines, a terrific week, a bit of an excellent final.
Punch.
Spinning cue speed into the bunch. Yeah, that's what he's tried. Oh, great effort. What a shot that is. It's so difficult to play huge speed, but Judd has got such a whip in that cue action. He can make the...
Or what happened at the end of the last frame definitely set the pattern for China and then Dubai. In 2002, Mark Williams was in Brentwood in Essex, many thousands of miles away from Wuhan. And look at him now, he's got a chance to win ranking title number 25. What a great competitor, and ultimately what a great champion. Needs attention with the rest. Yeah, well, it nearly wriggled in. It didn't look in on the way, it nearly wriggled in, so...
I think Judd had slightly divided concentration. The red was tricky, like as you pointed out, and the...
Yeah, but it was interesting.
Nine.
So it's to be... So just aim to pop the first red, basically.
Almost preparing what he was going to say, in defeat in the interview. It's not lost yet.
24.
A little awkwardly placed. Nothing major, certainly to the middle.
Has come along. You can see the determination in him to take it. Something's
47.
Yeah, it's
59.
side of the blue.
63.
That is what it's going to be more difficult than it should be.
68.
And he's not there. Yeah, he wasn't ideal on the blue, as you say. He left himself a more difficult pink.
68.
Wow. Needs pink and black. Carter needs the pink. That's where we are. Well, who needs a box set?